back. Today we're going to do a video on customizing this Ace Frehley Les Paul. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take stuff off of it. I'm going to wipe down in here and clean up the fretboard a bit, and then I'm going to show you some really cool lighting. We're going to install some lighting and go from there. This is really cool, and oh, I'm looking forward to this. I'm a little beat up though. Work's really been torturing me, so let's do this. Here you can see that I am loosening up the strings so that I can remove them along with the tailpiece. I'm going to prep the fretboard, cleaning it up with rubbing alcohol pads so that it'll have good adhesion promotion for the lighting system I'm putting on. Working on this. The problem though is after the long wait, I have an issue here and I'm really bummed out about it. I don't know what to do. On top of that, stuff is not actually lining up very well, you know, but it'll be cool when it's done, you know. There's a lot of cool stuff we can do here. You see what I mean? I mean, it's gonna be cool. So we're working on this Ace guitar, but man, we just keep running into one problem after the next, and it's actually heartbreaking. Every time I do something else doesn't work. I really don't know what to do. I want to cry. But anyhow, this is the lighting. Well, I'm still working on this. I'm struggling with these lights. We have an issue with a couple certain settings. These lights are out, the 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and then sometimes just this one or that one and that one. But anyhow, these lights, I'm trying to line them up with the frets, and this being a Chibson makes it very difficult because these are spaced, I'm assuming, for I guess a real Les Paul, maybe even a different guitar. I don't know, but I'm having a lot of trouble. You can see the waves, so I'm trying to figure out how to do this. So patiently, I've been at this for quite some time now. This will be a process. Alright, so I have some of it done. It's not pressed down. Whoops. You can see that I still have to get all this handled, but Ace's name is covered up a little bit, but again, this is going to be, you know what I mean? I mean, you see how this is messed up here, but I mean, here, let's turn the light off for a minute. This is really neat though. You know what I mean? So like, this is cool. Like I said, this is a work in progress, and I'm hoping we can come up with something for this. You know what I mean? I don't even know what all the modes are, to be honest with you, but it's pretty cool, you know? So I just got to work with it some more. Well, I haven't worked on this in a couple of days because I'm having issues with my knees. This is now, December the 6th, Saturday, and Thursday morning, it was early. I was coming down the steps, and all of a sudden, like walking down the steps, I almost fell. Both of my knees felt like somebody was cutting them with knives. Oh, it was painful. So I laid back down for a little bit before work. Luckily, this right knee came around, but the left knee, it still hurts. It's been, I've had some sleepless nights. It's very painful. It's probably and most likely arthritis. Very, very painful. Very, very painful. Very discomforting. That's for sure. But anyhow, the last thing we did here was we worked on the lights, which you just saw. Now I'm going to work on the tuners a bit. I have some tuners I'm putting in. I'm hoping they're going to work without me having to do any kind of crazy drilling and things like that, because I'd rather not get into that right now, because I'm just not really up to it. I'm just having one issue after the next issue. Health issues. I mean, first, my right knee was just acting weird, and that's why I did not do a lot of riding this summer. Then it was my ankle or something in one of those orders, and it was my sciatica all the way up my spine and down the other leg, and that's still kind of lingering. But now I got this knee issue, and it's really painful. Really, really painful. I haven't been able to go up and down the steps. I actually left work early on Thursday because of the pain. I couldn't take it, and I didn't even go to work on Friday. I took off because I couldn't walk. The pain is horrible. This is actually the first day it's actually starting to feel a little better, and I'm afraid if I overdo it, being on it too long, I might hurt it, and I certainly don't want to do that. All right, let's check out our new tuners. All right, so here's what was on here. This was those Chinese knockoff groovers. You know, not real. I don't think they are. But anyhow, what I'm doing is I'm putting on these pearl handle old schools. And these are also locking tuners. With these Chinese guitars, you know, they do have a little trouble with keeping tune. So, I mean, I would like to be able to have the guitar look nice, you know what I mean? I want to kind of make sure everything is good on them too, you know. But it's very important to me. Like I'm like a real nit for detail kind of guy, and I guess I like the small details. I'm real anal to that kind of stuff. And, you know, I just want it to look nice. I want to make sure everything lines up good. You know what I mean? I don't want everything looking all crooked. I like the stuff straight. Because I think it will look hideous. I've seen, like on Facebook, people, you know, doing stuff to their guitars, and the tuners are like this. And it's really just, it looks weird, you know? It's just weird. It doesn't line up in my eye, you know? Look at that. Anyhow. It's going to be kind of like that. This wire here is the wire for the lighting that we put in. So I think that's looking pretty good. I mean, I really want to make them straight before I get into anything, you know what I mean? I think it's looking good, you know? Awesome. Before we get into all that, just, you know, pretty neat. Alright, so let's get this done. Alright, these are the new tuners. Pretty cool. Let me show you what was on there. These are what was on there. These are just like a knockoff groover. Let me show you something here real quick. Let's clearly see a difference here. See, you can see how much shorter they are. You know what I mean? This gives it more of an old school look. And I'll connect up my lighting here and put my clamp here. So it's pretty cool. And that's the tuners. They are locking. Let me show you that too. See, you spin these right here up. When you put your string in and you turn this down, it tightens up on the string. And it's supposed to help it keep it better in tune and such. We also have some other little tricks we're going to do with sustain and hopefully keeping it in tune. Given it is a Chinese Ace Frehley guitar, it's a Chibson, so let's see what we can do. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to change this. We have a actual metal one right here I'd like to put in. Kind of give a little more character as opposed to that. They can't even spell. We're trying to figure it out because the cap we have that we bought is actually too small for the hole. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Alright, well, there it is. You can tell it's a little smaller, but that's okay. It gives it character, man. Now I just want to go over some stuff on this. Alright, so here's where I'm at with it now. I got the new tuner, locking tuners on. Okay, I got the new back toggle piece on behind here, the plate. And I took care of the other thing. The screws were messed up. I took care of them and I gave it a little quick polish on that side. And right here on the headstock just a little. And what I want to do is I want to carefully oil this, moisturize this fretboard a little bit without doing any damage to the lights, the frets, or anything. Because, if we decide to play this, which we're most likely not gonna, but if someone else does, you want to have some good action, obviously, for easy play. And the way these guitars are set up, they're not, I was going to change the nut. I'm going to let it go because I've heard some bad stories about changing these on these Chinese Les Paul copies. So, but the next thing I want to do is I got something really cool for here that was custom made. And you can see how these plates are all thin. Whoops, my fingers in the way. See how thin they are? This looks hideous. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know, like you guys, if you actually like how you have a tiny flat plate. I like the ones that go thick and step down, the trim rings. This just looks hideous. So I'm going to take care of that and take care of this. But I mean, it's coming along. The pickups are cool, but I don't like how they painted over like the little metal, for the pickup itself. And I thought about trying to fix that, but I don't know how I can try to get that paint off. This is where I got into, do I want to invest in real pickups for this guitar? Like, the serious ones like Ace would use and try to do a setup like that. But again, I got to come to the realization this is not a Gibson, okay? This is a Chibson. And if I dump, oh geez, they're like $100 and some a piece, okay, for the Super Distortion. They're Damasio, if I'm saying that correctly. I need 3 of them, all right? I thought about doing like a fake pickup here. So I would need 2 of those pickups. So there's probably like $250 right there, if not a little more. And then there's another $400 just to do the smoke pickup here. And this, again, I have to remember, is a Chinese guitar. Okay? I would have so much more into it than what I paid for it. And right now, I'm probably at that point. With the lighting, the new tuners, these are like the old school tuners. I just have it like straight up like this for right now, just to kind of like check it out. These are like a pearl kind of looking a feel to them or whatever. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Well, let's get back to it. All right. I decided before I go ahead and get into the fretboard, I might as well get everything else done first. Here's my secret weapon. space, space, ace. So when you're in like your rhythm mode, you know what I mean? Like Ace used to play, you're in your rhythm, and you want to just go berserko in a solo and get lost in space, you go on to space ace. Now, honestly, I belong to a group in Facebook, and somebody did this. Okay, they had that custom made, so I kind of copied from them. So, I mean, the originality is definitely there, but it's not 100% my idea. And when I saw that, it was like the coolest thing. It's like, you know what? I have to do that. And it's like, it's really nice, you know? It's so cool. So, I want to get into some other stuff. I'm down to the rings and, you know, all that, the tail end, the bridge. So, I just get nervous messing with the bridge because trying to keep everything in line and stuff, you know, I just don't want stuff to get screwed up. That's all. There's too many different adjustments. They're endless. Extremely endless. Okay, so I am taking out the bridge pickup right now. And I just realized something as I was doing this. For some strange reason, I can't find the hardware for the new pickup rings, which is kind of odd because I thought I had them. That's really, really weird. Let's see how that's going to sit. But anyhow, the screws I have I don't think are going to work, which is really weird. I know, or I thought they came with the screws. So I either misplaced them or it didn't come with them. So, but anyhow, it's going to look so much better with these stepping down as opposed to 3 flat ones. I don't know why they do that. It looks so tacky. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, I think it should look like a rocking guitar, not like that. I don't want to say anything in a negative fashion, but the way they come are just not nice looking. They're not it's not eye candy, that's for sure. All right, well, let's get this done. As you can see, it's starting to look better. I didn't mess with this one yet. I don't have hardware for these. I thought I did. So I'm going to have to hit the hardware store. I don't know if it's open this late. We have a hardware store right over the hill. About 6 minutes away, counting like 3 red lights. But if they have stuff, I'm going to go get it. All right. So while I was looking at this, there's a problem here. See this hole right here? It's stripped. And I noticed when I was putting it back together, because I had 2 different screws and one was tighter than the other, so I switched them out, and now I know why, because this is all messed up. So my pickup is pretty much screwed unless I can fix that hole, and I have no way to fix that hole. I got to get creative, and I mean like really creative, so that I can make all this work. I'm kind of starting to get a little bummed out. I'm getting anxious because this should literally be not like that, and I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I don't want to oversize the screw because I don't have different screws, and I don't have to do that to all of them. I want everything to run symmetrical. So I'm going to have to try to fix that hole somehow, and I don't know how I can do that. So these are the little things behind the scenes you don't see. You are dealing with a Chinese guitar, a copy, and it's coming along great. It's going to look spectacular. Problem is we run into these little things that just make life's headaches a lot bigger. But anyhow, let's get back to this. Okay, after days and days of dilemmas with the pickups, this is probably the best that it's going to get. Even if I was to install new pickups, it's going to probably create a bigger problem. I will, you see how I cleaned these off. I will clean these ones. But the whole problem started with this one. This one here had so many issues. It's not funny. I don't even know how to explain it. Okay? From the Chinese manufacturer of this, the screws that were in here, which are the ones that are still, because I needed to keep them the same with this one, and this one. Okay? So with that said, these screws were forced in, and the pickup, if you are familiar with guitars, you know how they come out, and it's threaded, and it's part of the body of the pickup. Okay? And that screw with the spring threads in, and that's what makes it to adjust. So what happened is this, even when I was trying to take this out, it was a hard time, and I couldn't figure out why. Here, what they did is they ran in, I guess, a different size screw, because one screw was different than the other. I don't even know exactly how they did it. The screws were glued in, and they're machined. So, I mean, like, it was so jerry-rigged. In America here, we like to call it Afro-American engineering. There is another old-school term from the 70s it's called, but we're politically correct, and I'm not going to say that because I'm not that person. But anyhow, if you want to know, you can email us. This was just downright horrible. So finally, after I rectified that problem with some stuff from the hardware store, which would be these stainless steel screws here for all these, because everything was shorter, because we had 3 of these plates, the trim rings, and I bought this one and this one, which was supposed to be a 3-pack, and it only came as 2. And on top of that, these screws are the same as the original, because the other ones I bought that were stainless for this don't fit. They won't go in. They're too wide for this, even this pickup trim ring. But anyhow, I apologize for rambling on about these pickups, but they have given me almost a week of hell. You know, I go to work, I come home, and also I took a tumble down the steps the other day, so my head's got some bumps all over it, and my right hand's messed up, so I've been having a little trouble. I haven't been to work since Thursday. I left work Thursday due to the arthritis in my knees, but I got to get back to work. I got to go back tomorrow, and it's getting late, so I got to go get my dinner ready and call it a night. But anyhow, now at this point, after I got this rectified, the trim ring is not concaved properly to the body. This one was perfect. This one, So I'm filing it. I'm doing all kind of stuff. It still doesn't work. So this doesn't actually sit 100% on the body. I kind of faked it. Okay? So I had to do that. I had no choice. So right now, everything that's left, other than having to check the pickups, which I will plug in and do before I put the strings on. But I'm at a stop for tonight. And I just wanted to mention these pickups because they have been such a headache. I managed to get the tailpiece on. Okay, this is the new tailpiece. Okay, and this is the new bridge with the rolling saddles. Okay, and this didn't go on very easy. It's very, very tight. I have to adjust this accordingly as I put the strings on and so forth. But aside from all that, that's going to be a process on its own. But before I continue, I do want to make sure the pickups work. I want to plug it in, run it through, and just tap on the pickups, run the switch, and make sure each individual one works before I lace it all up. I can't imagine there being a problem, and I hope I knock on wood saying that, because this thing's been nothing but a problem from day one. I have sustained different injuries. It's like I should have never messed with it. It's like it's got bad juju. I mean, like the guitar didn't hurt me. It's just things are stopping me from getting down here to work on it. This video, I've literally have been working on I couldn't even tell you how long. It's just I'm trying to give you bits and pieces here and there with some shorts now and again because it's been that long. All right. But anyhow, this is done. I got to clean them off. I got to check the pickups, make sure they work. And I think the only thing left to do is the strings, and I have to go over the lights a little bit, do some more polishing, and I think we're done. All right. So I hope so. Anyhow, keeping the fingers crossed. All right. Well, it's pretty much, that's it. I mean, it might need a little adjustment here and there, but we got those beautiful pearlized tuners on there. Little switch cover are much better. Pickup rings, bridge and tailpiece much better. We put in some Ernie Ball strings on it, and well, she's looking pretty. I'm gonna really distract you. Ah, oh, come on, no! Come on! Oh, my rusty. Oh, my heavens. Well, it's a pretty good guitar. It's actually, the action's quite better than what it started with when it came out of the box from China. You know. Forgive me, I've had a few beers, and I've been kind of excited to just tinker around with this. It's really pretty. It really is.